What awkward date did Selena Gomez and Nick Jonas have? Who did Selena date to make Justin jealous? And what's happening between her and Timothée Chalamet? Hi, I'm Janet. Let's get started. Nick Jonas, Puppy Love. Turns out that you weren't the only one with a major crush on a Jonas brother back in 2008. Selena did too. Nick and Selena, who were both 16 at the time, were first introduced back when Gomez starred in the Jonas Brothers' hit single, Burnin' Up. In the music video, Selena can be seen playing the role of Nick's love interest. And well, it was obvious that he wanted her to take on the role in real life too. In fact, it worked out perfectly for Selena, as her BFF, Taylor Swift, was dating Nick's brother, Joe Jonas, at the time too. Unfortunately, the relationship didn't last very long. The two broke up after dating for less than a year. But if you are looking for any drama between these two exes, you may want to look elsewhere. Sitting down with Capital FM, Selena shared that they were, quote, babies. That to me was like puppy love. You know, it was very sweet. 10 years later, the two exes would be reunited in a hilarious interview with BBC One Radio, where Selena poked some fun at an awkward date they had in Central Park.
And she was unhappy that her Central Park experience was ruined by the fact that I walked about 20 feet away from her. Even though they're taking pictures of us and obviously we're there together, I was like, it'd be better if we stand about 25 feet apart.
And we couldn't be happier that the two are still friendly. Taylor Lautner, Team Jacob. And here comes another heartthrob. Just a few shots of the famous actor's abs were enough to send fans into a complete frenzy. So while the debate is still out on whether Twilight fanatics were Team Jacob or Team Edward, Selena was clearly joining Team Jacob. So how did the two end up hitting it off? Whilst filming two different movies. Yep, you'd think that the actors would have met on the same set, but they didn't. Back in 2009, Selena was filming Ramona and Beezus, whilst Taylor was starring in Twilight New Moon. The two were later introduced when Selena visited Kristen Stewart at their hotel, and the sparks between Gomez and Lautner were instant. Well, for a few months anyway. Reports indicate that the paparazzi were to blame for their brief relationship. So we literally just wanted to hang out, go bowling and stuff, and it went a little too far. People were getting a little crazy about us, shared Lautner in an interview with Us magazine. But thankfully, these exes are still on good terms, even if they only dated for a couple of months. Justin Bieber, addicted to each other. The official start of Jelena. Back in 2010, the two were first spotted enjoying some pancakes at IHOP, and fans went nuts. But Selena wasn't going to have any dating rumors circle the internet, so she decided to not only friend-zone the baby singer, but claim that he is like a brother to her. Cringe! But fans weren't buying it. The couple would end up spending the next few years taking fans on the ultimate emotional roller coaster. The two began officially dating on and off, and it seemed like everyone was rather smitten with the young couple. Well, everyone except Sel's BFF, Taylor Swift, who wasn't a fan of the constant on and off again nature of their relationship. I mean, who could forget when Taylor was caught on camera, looking less than impressed when she saw the two lovebirds kiss backstage? But despite both the tabloids and Sel's closest friends and family growing tired of the two's ever-changing relationship status, it seems she wasn't going anywhere. Until one fateful Coachella evening in 2014. Selena infamously flipped out at Bieber after finding images of Kylie Jenner on his phone. The two called it quits at the end of the festival weekend. But fast forward a couple of years, and it's clear that Selena's famous lyric, "I'm so sick of that same old love," doesn't apply to Justin Bieber. It seemed like the two couldn't get enough of each other, as the exes were seen grabbing a bite to eat and attending a church service together. But here's where things get a little messy. It turns out that these paparazzi images were taken just one day before Selena announced her breakup with The Weeknd in 2017. Yikes! But it seems that Jelena were back on, and they were ready to show off their love. The pair were spotted bike riding around the city, kissing whilst running errands and attending hockey games together. It truly was every Jelena stan's dream. But after just 5 months, the two broke up once again. And we know exactly how this story ends. Justin ends up proposing to Hailey Baldwin a few months later, and Selena writes some pretty personal songs about their breakup. Orlando Bloom, Revenge Fling. Okay, if you are looking for some juicy gossip, you've got it right here courtesy of Selena Gomez and Orlando Bloom. Back in 2014, this rather unlikely duo got together after discovering that they shared one common goal: some good old revenge. Yep, The two reportedly began dating each other in hopes of making their exes, Miranda Kerr and Justin Bieber, jealous. They were also photographed together hanging out at an event with Seth Rogen, and fans obviously noted that Bloom had his arm around Selena, which was enough to get the image trending. But the two would go on to publicly deny their fling, which briefly put an end to the craze. And just when we thought that was the end of it, things proved to spice up once again. A month later, Orlando ended up punching Justin Bieber whilst in Ibiza. As an act of retaliation, Justin decided to post photos of Miranda Kerr to make Bloom jealous. I guess this was his digital version of throwing a punch back. Needless to say, things ended and Selena was in the arms of yet another musician. Zedd, a short-lived romance. Do you remember when Zedd and Selena collaborated on their hit single, I Want to Know? Well, it seems fans were eager to help the duo complete the song lyrics, with many tweeting, I want to know if you two are dating. And the constant flood of cute Instagram photos together didn't help matters either. In fact, one of the images Zedd shared was of Selena in his bed. But before they could even officially announce their relationship, the infamous paparazzi struck once again. She is one of the most talked about people in the world, but I had no idea how much that would change my life, Zedd told Elle magazine. The DJ later claimed that her fame was definitely the hardest part about dating Selena. So while this relationship didn't even get to the famous shipping stage, we're just glad we got a good song out of it. Niall Horn, friend-zoned? Noticing a trend here? Not only does Sel love a good musician, but it's clear she has a soft spot for boy band members too. In 2015, Selena was linked to none other than One Directioner Niall Horn. According to sources, they were spotted at Jenna Dewan's 35th birthday party, where eyewitnesses claimed the two never left each other's side. Selena later publicly friend-zoned Niall. When asked if she was dating the Nice to Meet You singer, she was quoted as saying, "Oh my god, no. I love him. I always have. He's amazing." Ouch! Charlie Puth, the bitter ex. In true Selena fashion, we have yet another musician on our list. Hello, Charlie Puth. The two met when Selena was asked to feature on Charlie's hit single, We Don't Talk Anymore, in 2016. Selena later took him on her revival tour, and so began the dating rumors. And while Selena would never publicly confirm or deny their relationship, Charlie seemed happy to talk about the relationship. I don't know if anyone really understands me, Puth told Us Weekly, which is why I hang out with Selena Gomez. She gets me. But the romance quickly fizzled out, and the two later broke up. Puth later described the relationship as, quote, very short-lived, very small, but very impactful. It really messed me up. So what was the main cause of their doomed relationship? None other than Justin Bieber. I'm trying to put this the best way possible. It wasn't like I was the only person on her mind, shared Charlie. Fans were quick to assume that he was referring to Justin Bieber. And well, this public meltdown was all the proof we needed.
Fuck you, Justin Bieber.
I guess the lyrics "We Don't Talk Anymore" couldn't be more accurate for these two exes. The Weeknd earned it. Okay, if you don't know about this relationship, where have you been? Gomez and The Weeknd literally broke the internet after photos of them kissing went viral. In fact, fans were so taken aback by the two stars locking lips that few even noticed they were literally kissing by a dumpster. But it seemed that Selena and The Weeknd were ready to change up the scenery, with the two being photographed kissing on a yacht in Italy. And unlike the men before, The Weeknd actually made it to the Instagram official stage, with Selena deciding that it was time to show off her man to her millions of followers. The very next month, they were red carpet official, as they dazzled at the Met Gala. But the two lovebirds eventually ended things, with a source telling People magazine. It's been hard with him being on tour and her shooting in New York. That wasn't easy on them. The insider also shared that Gomez continued to make an effort to attend as many of his shows as possible, but the constant distance seemed to be the main cause of their breakup. Timothée Chalamet, a new romance? It only took a few days after Timothée's split from long-term girlfriend Lily Rose Depp for fans to already start assuming that something was brewing between Selena and Timothée. The rumor mill started turning when photos of the two kissing began circling the internet. And just before fans could begin putting together a ship name for the duo, the truth was revealed. The images taken were actually from the set of their film, Rainy Day in New York. Awkward, but their story doesn't end there. The two would reignite dating rumors again with the help of the recent US election season. Gomez and Chalamet both hopped onto an Instagram Live and openly encouraged all of their followers to go and vote. Selena could be seen live chatting from her home, whilst Chalamet was waiting in line to vote. During the conversation, Chalamet complimented Gomez on her ability to rally her followers to go and vote, with the actor saying, "I'm really proud of you. You've been all over this stuff and I know it's making a difference." But his sweet words didn't go unnoticed by fans that couldn't help but comment on their obvious chemistry. And if we're being honest, we love it like a love song, baby. What are your thoughts on Selena and Timothy? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to stay awesome.